morning, Grand Junction. I hope you're having a happy start to your work week. There's a bit of ominous cloud cover going on behind me right now. You can see over the Grand Mesa and right next to our St. Mary's camp. You can see all this cloud cover starting to move, and in case you haven't heard yet, we are going to see showers and thunderstorms continuing on throughout the rest of the day. So let's look at right now first, and then we'll get to later, and I'll help time out those storms for you to know how those are going to affect your day. Right now, 69 degrees outside. Sunny skies is what it has on our computer model right now, but you can see behind me that's not going to last for very long. You can see our humidity at 30% right now. That will jump up throughout the day. Our winds are also going to start to go up as the day goes along, as these storms start to move in, bringing in showers, strong gusts into our area. Let's look at our temperature change behind me. 7 to 8 degrees, Glade Park in Grand Junction's 24-hour temperature changes. Now, those are not going to be reflective of the overall temperatures for the day, though. You see, throughout the day, we're actually going to only get into those low to mid 80s throughout most of our viewing area, unlike the weekend, of course, where we saw those very uncomfortable temperatures in the mid 90s. I believe we reached 95 degrees here in Grand Junction yesterday. No more of that. The 90s are behind us, at least for a little bit until we get to next weekend. Let's talk about the main event for the day, though. Looking at our temperatures, we are going to see those 80s, 83 degrees at 11, 84 at noon, 85 at 1 p.m. Now, a little bit of that heating will affect how many of those storms we see. We're going to see this early cloud cover may put a damper on some showers later in the day as we don't get as much clearing. One thing that will not be have a damper on it, though, is wind gusts. You can see behind me 16 mile per hour gusts up to 19 at 4 p.m. That is only an average. As we head throughout the day, you're going to see those isolated, stronger thunderstorms. Those could bring gusts that are much stronger, especially as we do start to warm up into the later afternoon. You can see gusts up to 40, 50, 60 miles per hour in those very small localized pockets. So I'd recommend bringing inside anything that you think could blow away over the course of the day, if you can at all, before you head out to work. Looking behind me, we can see one more moment on these temperatures just to show you kind of how things are going to progress throughout the rest of the week. 86, 82 on Wednesday, 81 Thursday, Friday, 84, back up to 88 on Saturday. That's because we're going to start to get back to the 90s over the weekend. We are back towards our average, at least for the rest of the work week, so it's going to feel a bit more pleasant when you do have those opportunities to get outside. But with that rainfall, you might not want to a lot of the time. Looking behind me, here at Grand Junction, I only have around 1/10 of an inch of rainfall over the next day here for Grand Junction. Of course, the total is going to be a bit higher, probably more around ½ inch over the next 5 days. That's because those showers are not just going to last today. They're going to continue throughout the rest of the week. Tuesday, I'm only going to have around a 30% chance of showers. Wednesday, another closed low is going to pass through the area. That means we're going to see another round of showers, probably resembling Monday today. Thursday, you'll see another chance of scattered showers. Friday, a very slight chance. What you really want to watch out for is if you're in those higher areas. That's where you're going to see significant rainfall. Up towards Montrose, that's kind of where you're going to see these darker green areas, right? You're pushing 1.5 inches, 2 inches if you're out of the valley area. But if you are in the valley, you are going to see some runoff from that rain. You might see some localized small amount of flooding. Looking over our 7-day forecast, you can see behind me 40% on Monday, 40% on Wednesday, 50% on Thursday. And looking at Montrose, you're going to see those upper areas. You are going to see higher chances of rain, 60 on Monday, 20 on Wednesday, Tuesday, 60 on Wednesday.